became a proverb. We became a byword, right? Deuteronomy 28. For they have consulted together with one consent, against thee do they make a covenant. The tents of Edom, Ishmaelites, Moab, Hagrites, right? You got the list. We're just talking about, you know, the children of Lot, that they weren't happy with a lot. They wanted a lot more. Some more and more war. They took all these tribes and more and many more to come together with one consent to say, man, these treasure ones, they gotta go. These treasure ones, they gotta go. We gotta replace their images. Yeah, man, we gotta get them out of here, man. We gotta be the head. Because they have lifted up the head, which means that now they want to be the head. And I mean, just in due time, you know, take your time and, you know, read this Deuteronomy 28, you know what I'm saying? Read it slow, meditate on it, man. Because it tells you everything you need to know. Everyone's asking, why, boss, why? But it shall come to pass that if you listen, if you hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh, your creator, most high over everything, to observe, to do all his commandments, which I command you this day, that Yahweh will set you on high. You want to keep the code so you can be high. Judah, right? Right, Judah? Oh, yeah. We had a good time talking antebellum. Man, what you talking about? Man, you against the brave? You against good? I mean, that's what the bellicose is coming from. The good, the brave, the warlike, the valorous. You against the one with valor? You opposite good? Yeah, man, we got you, antebellum. We high though. How high do you go? I'll go Udall high, right? You're supposed to be lofty, man. Now you're supposed to be high, right? Yeah, got it. Yeah, man, you're supposed to be high. Udall is high. They try to act like, oh, there's no real etymological connection between Utah and Udall or Judah, because, you know, J's are new, right? Udall is Udall, is high, is Judah supposed to be lofty. You were set high above all the other nations. That's not racist, boss. That's just order. We didn't do this. Hawa got a people. Hawa got treasured ones, right? These treasured ones are set on high above all these nations. That's not racism, man. That's not us, you know, oh, why you letting them divide the human race? Why you dividing black people? What are you talking about, man? This is tribal. The minute you stop seeing as tribal, that means you're liable to get crept up on again and knocked in the back of the head by knocking that look just like you again. When it's tribal, you know that you got your creator, you got your power. You don't need their Christianity. You don't need their Islam. The tribe of Hasharah, the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Manasseh never needed a prophet outside the house of Israel. We never needed to go through the Son to get to the Father. None of this stuff, man. We on high because we hearken, we observe, we witness the code, the frequency. That's tribal. That's the treasure ones. Hawa is tribal. It's not a black thing because all these tribes are black. All the tribes that are confederate against you are black. And everyone else is getting in where they fit in or being used as straw man. We see clearly. The veil is being lifted. We coming out that Ruach Tarnema. We waking up. You can't fool us with straw man. You're not going to fill us with hate. We're not people of hate, but we are people that regulate. You know what I'm saying? Towards each other, we don't have to have that anymore. You just get down and lay down, my nigga. You rocking with the creator or you're not. But if you want things in order, you better let Hawa restore order. And just because you don't think your tribe is chosen as lofty, high above all nations, don't mess up the order of things, because then here you go being jealous and covetous, and that's against the commandments, you see. You're covetous against these tribes and are coveted against each other. The crab and the bear are always pulling each other back down when you see a nugget shining. That jealousy in your heart, that's against the code. You got work to do, my nugget. We got work to do, my nugget. We all got work to do. To observe, to meditate, because they're doing this with due meditation. You better meditate. You better observe all of his commandments, which I command you this day, that Hawa will set you on high, Judah, because the scepter never departs from Judah. Who was Prester John? Above all nations of the earth, and all these blessings shall come upon you. Now read all these blessings, man, because you're supposed to be blessed when you come in, blessed when you go out. All the people of the earth shall see that the name, verse 10, that the name of Hawa is called upon you. What? Was the last time all the people of the earth, even the hijacks, saw clearly that the name of the Creator is called upon you, and they shall be afraid of you, and Hawa will make you overabundant for good? When's the last time you felt overabundant for good in the fruit of your body, in the fruit of your cattle, in the fruit of your land, in the land which Hawa swore unto your fathers, unto your Amas, to give you? This land was sworn the land, my knock. Right? This is all about land, right? We've been invaded on our own land. They thinking because, we black, we can have this land too. Because we have heritage here. My great-great-granddaddy came here at some point. It's my land too. I'm a descendant of the European that found you here. It's my land too. No, hijack. Where's your order? Where's your lot? Again, you don't walk around the neighborhood into any neighborhood you want to go to claiming it's your neighborhood. That's out of order. It don't matter if you black. It don't matter if you think you the same as us. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's your hood, man? Where's your neighborhood, man? Where's your spot? Where are you supposed to be at with your people, with your tribe? You acting like this don't matter no more. Like you could just go and do and go wherever you want, take whatever you want. That's a virus. That's how a virus spreads in the body, and that's how they've been spreading on this earth plane. But there is land for the treasured ones. You can't genealogy on this land, man. You can't show no paperwork to Hawa to get this land. This is land that was sworn to the treasured ones. You don't think that exists? You think that's play? You think that's an allegory? Then hey, man, this bud is not for you. This drop ain't for you. This is for my dogs that got common sense. They can see that they are in an enclosure, something created by the Creator. This is not make-believe. This is not an allegory. This is land, my nigga, that is sworn to Hawa's treasured ones. And in the land which Hawa sworn to the fathers to give you, Hawa will open into you his good treasure. Whoa. So wouldn't it make sense that the treasured ones get the treasure? They still looking for a gold. They still looking for a treasure. Wouldn't it make sense that the treasure is being preserved for the treasured ones? And doesn't this treasure have a lot to do with the land that Hawa swore unto our ancestors, right? Hawa will open unto you his good treasure, the heaven, to give the rain of your land. It's about the land in its season, and to Baruch, to bless all the work of your hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, but shall not borrow, because you ain't no slave. You ain't got to borrow nothing. They have to borrow from you. And Hawa will make you the head. But now the hijack is lifted up the head. And that's what Psalm 83 pick up at. You the head. How did you become the tail? Why are you borrowing from them? Why are you calling yourself black? Why do you think you're from Africa? You going to the bank to hope to get a loan? Hope you qualify for a house to fit in this society. We all in it. We all going through it. This feels horrible. This feels crazy. It's a horrible feeling to not be who you're supposed to be, to not be high, Judith, to not be Udall no more. We're not Udall. We're not Udall right now, man. We're not the head. Why? Because we stopped listening diligently to the voice of Hawa. We stopped observing the code, the commandments. So therefore we stopped being set on high above all nations, boss. All nations of the earth. We stopped being set on high the minute we stopped giving higher listening and hearkening and diligently, meditating on not killing from each other, not stealing each other, not killing each other, not stealing from each other, not, keeping Hawa first. You know what I'm saying? The minute we stop putting the creator first, which is rule number 1, most high over everything, then we stop being high above all nations of the earth. Verse 12. Hawa will open unto you his good treasure, the heaven, to give the rain of your land in its season, and to bless all the work of your hand, and thou shalt lend into many nations. Right? But you shall not borrow. And Hawa will make you the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only. And this is why they mad, son. This is why they mad. Because you were above only. So they had to come together like Voltron to bring you down. But you brought yourself down because it shall come to pass. Oh, let's get it right here. And you shall be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath, right? If, here's a big, man, this should be the biggest word on this page, because you got to pay attention to the if. If, this is conditional, man. Here's the condition. Here's the condition, Here's the condition, Man, you gotta listen, man. You gotta listen to your parents, man, if you want that treasure, you know what I mean? You want to go out with the homies, man, you gotta listen to your mama and dad. You gotta listen. If you shall listen unto the commandments of Hawa, your power, which I command you this day to observe and to do them, and shall not turn aside from any of the words which I command you this day to the right hand or to the left to go after other gods. So it's about all the commandments, right? But the one that's always brought us specifically is you going after other guys, right? Hosea 3, playing a harlot, all that, right? So this is the idolatry, right? This is rule number 1, right? No idols, right? Don't bow down to him. Don't make no graven image and be worshiping and giving it power over the creator. Stop being silly, man. That's what a graven image is. It's not a picture. I could write out the Hebrew alphabet, the alphabet. The paleo is all symbols. If I write these symbols, am I writing graven images? It's a symbol. Oh no, it's a graven. No, it's an image. It's not a graven image. It's a paleo Hebrew. If I draw a circle, is that a graven image? So when do you consider something graven? When you're worshiping it, when you're giving it power, when you're praising this carved whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You're praising it and giving it all the praise and the glory. You know what I mean? It's clear. Don't be silly, man. Don't go after other gods to serve them. But it shall come to pass if you will not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command you this day, that all these curses, is it magic? Is it witchcraft? Or is it frequency? Is it energy? And is it vibration? What happens when you don't listen to a strict mom and dad? You get cursed with that belt, right? You get cursed with that ass whooping. So a curse is just something you bring on yourself by not listening. Where's your land, boss? We don't want to listen. All right. So you have no land. Curse shall you be in the city. Curse shall you be in the field. Because you don't got no land. You got to be in the city now. You got to be in the field in the slave plantations. Uh-oh. Curse shall be the basket of your kneading trough. Curse shall be the fruit of your body, the fruit of your land, the increase of your kind, the young of your flock. Anaka, this is where we at. Because of the evil of your doings, whereby you have forsaken me, the Creator. You've forsaken the Creator. You've forsaken Hawa. We've, as a tribe, forsaken Hawa. This is why Hawa, has temporarily forsaken us. But there's always a remnant, and Hawa never stops loving, the children, the remnant. You know what I'm saying? That bond is never severed, even if it feels, like it's so distant, We know Hawa face to face. We don't want to feel that heat, mama's belt, daddy's belt. We don't want to feel that. Verse 22, Hawa will smite you with consumption, with fever, with inflammation, with a fiery heat, with drought, with blasting, with mildew. Goodness gracious. And thou shalt pursue thee until you perish. But like everything, man, Hawa will bring a nation against you from afar, man. We ask, like, where these people come from? From the end of the earth. Uh-oh. Flat drop 101. Because a round ball ain't got no ends. It's just a round ball. There's no end to it, It's just a ball, But a plane has ends, at least boundaries. As the vulture swoops down, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance that shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young, and he shall eat the fruit of your cattle and the fruit of the ground, until thou be destroyed, that also shall not leave the corn. We just talked about the corn, right? Wine or oil, the increase of your kind, or the young of your flock. They killing everything until he have caused thee to perish. So these are your choices. That's the big if, right? That's the big if. All we gotta do is listen diligently. All we gotta do is observe. Keep a wife first. Don't kill. Don't steal. What part of this is difficult when it comes to the code? Because Exodus 20 got us in code, and I ain't got to reinvent the code. You ain't got to reinvent the code. We ain't got to reinvent the code. This is not, Drop Nation coming up with nothing new, right? We're just observing. This is the code. I am Hawa, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other God. We just talked about that. Hawa's a jealous guy, right? Any mother would be pissed off if you called another mother, right? Any father would be pissed off if you called another daddy. Don't act like the creator's tripping. You tripping. No other powers before Hawa. Most of everything. Just tell me what part you disagree with. Don't take the name of Hawa in vain. You want to put Hawa's name on everything? You want to put everything in the name of God? Oh, God said, oh, God visited me, and this is what God put on my heart. This is what the Creator put on my heart. Look, man, we can't confirm or deny what's in your heart, what the Creator put on your heart. Stop using that to try to validate what you got to say. Stop using the Creator's name in vain. The name, Hawa, is the breath, security, the secure breath. You don't want no vain breath, and you don't want no vain security. What's security without no breath? And what's breath without security? You need them both, and none of them could be vain. You want vain security? You want some vain bodyguards? You want vain breath? That's no breath. Don't take your breath or your security in vain. You understand? What part do you disagree with about Hawa's code? This is the most ancient code we tapping into. Remember the Shabbat to keep it holy. 6 days you labor, and then you rest. What part do you disagree with rest? You rest every night. You need to breathe, right? Every inhale, exhale. You take a breath. You don't just keep talking forever. You got to take a rest, right? You can't keep working forever. There has to be a time where you look your family in the eye to build your family, to build your tribe. That's rest, to build your frequency with the Creator directly. Close your gates. What part do you disagree with? Honor your frame and your shaper above, right? Honor your father and your mother, that the days may be long upon the land, man. It's about keeping you on your land for a long time by honoring Abba Ama. What? You disagree with that? Thou shalt not murder your brother, your sister? You disagree with that? And there's a difference between murdering and killing, because, obviously you got an invader on your land. That's not murder. You gotta, put a wall of protection up for your children, for your family. No one could just walk in your house and start popping off, violating, right? So you disagree with that? Yeah, I didn't think so. Thou shalt not commit adultery. You want to keep mixing with these, foreign frequencies, man. You want to keep mixing out with lesser, substance. I don't like us, mixing nothing pure water, our frequency, and mainly adultery compares to you going after these other gods, right? Because that's when we're being called an adulteress and a harlot and all that. Yeah, you definitely keep your oaths, saying, to each other, and, as wives, as husbands, all that. But the Creator, even deeper, He don't want you being an adulteress when it comes to who you giving your frequency to, what powers that you serving. And the thing about, any of this foreign frequencies, that it always led us to foreign powers, to foreign entities, to foreign energy. You ain't gotta, mix down your frequency. You ain't gotta, be someone that has vain oaths when it comes to, your significant other or your Creator. Do you disagree with that? This is the code of conduct for a tribe. This code is not given to the world. This code is given to Israel. Because Hawa brought us out of bondage. So we should have no other power before Hawa, our Creator. We went in bondage because we chose to be in bondage. Because slavery is a choice. When you out of code, that's what you get. You're going to get mad at your parents for locking you in a room and putting you on timeout when you bad and say, I'm a slave in this house. I can't leave to go play with the homies. No, you little such and such. You better get your ass in the room. Next time I tell you to clean up, I bet you're going to do it. I bet you're going to do it. For real, for real. Oh, now you a slave because, you grounded or whatever the case is, man. You better be lucky. You know what I mean? It could be way worse. Get that switch off the tree, man. Old school, man. What Hawaii say about that rod, man? Hey, that's that rod. Hawaii say he's gonna put that rod on us when we out of code. So do you disagree with not murdering your brother? Do you disagree with not, mixing your frequency out, you know what I'm saying? With lesser substances, with something that isn't pure water, you know what I'm saying? Such as these other gods, mostly, like these other powers. Do you agree that you should give your energy, direct to the creator and there should be no wavering? And when you are, married in a situation that you should give your energy to your spouse unadulterated, you know what I'm saying? Pure water without mixing it outside your house. I mean, do you agree that you should keep your oaths? Do you agree with the code? Can we build a community simply by keeping the code, even these 9 commandments, right? So far, they say 1, 2, but we know all this is 1. All this is the same transgression. No gods before me, no graven images. That's 1. And then no vanity. That's 2. The Shabbat. That's 3. Honor your frame and your shaper. That's 4. No murder on your brother, your sister. That's 5. No adultery. That's 6. Don't steal from your naga. That's 7. No bearing false witnessing. You weren't a witness to it. You ain't got nothing to do with it. Don't be bringing up your brother and sister's name purposely just to put a smear campaign out, just to lower their vibration, just to, make it look like they something they ain't so that you can feel like you got some one up on somebody or, you know what I'm saying? Like, they call that snitching in the hood, but the big difference is between this and snitching is that, see, back in the day, we had real elders. When something happened, you're supposed to be able to go to your elder and tell them, like, what's up? That's not snitching. If, you see an old lady get robbed and you got to tell the elders, like, yo, you got to handle this. He can't come back to you and say, man, you snitching on me. Nah, man, I'm telling the elders, man, because you got a problem, man. So we got to get this out of the community. We got to deal with this. Or I got to deal with it, you know what I'm saying? So I'd rather go to the elders before I really have to do something that just makes sense. But these days, we don't have the elders. We got the popo, right? And the popo, that's not our elders. So, going to them in many cases makes the situation sometimes a lot worse, you know what I mean? And, you get them in your business, they're liable to come do something to you, and you called them. And so, it's just all bad when you don't got your elders. Now you bring it in the hijack. So then it became like, no, you can't cooperate at all with no popo, right? On any level, you cannot cooperate because that's bringing it outside of our tribe. That's bringing it outside of our neighborhood where we could just handle it in the street. And that's what they do. And that's also all bad because then you got more murder, right? So the lack of the elders is leading to, this stuff not being dealt with, and no one can go to nobody. There's nobody to go to. There's nobody to bear witness to at all. It's okay to bear witness. If you could save a life, if you could save the homie, if you could save your brother, your sister, it's a good heart that goes with bearing witness. It's an evil heart that goes with bearing false witness.
That's right.
Because now you're setting up a naga. Now you're coming with false testimony just to get a naga in a jam.
That's
Can
right.
we agree that this is all bad? We agree, right? So what part of the code don't you understand? Don't you, get? Don't you want to connect to today? Is it the Shabbat? Is it the rest? Naga, do your best, man. I know that these days are crazy and they make everything on Saturdays and everything's, I know, and